Congratulations people, we have hit 1,000 subscribers, which means we have activated the PC giveaway, the second one I'm giving away in my channel. I've given away other stuff obviously, but this is the second PC, and you've done that before I could build my bonsai tree, and I was on the final step of building that bonsai tree. So you just about did it, guys. Well done. Now, I did check out the last video on this PC, and I already done the thermal paste on the graphics cards. I even fixed graphics cards, so I broke the chip, and I've done the thermal paste on the cooler. I'm just going to open it up and make sure I put everything, like absolutely everything, back together, and then we're going to test it out and we're going to go through the specs. And I think I might even put an SD card in here, an SD memory card, because that would make it go better. So first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to finish the bonsai tree. Alright, so in the last video we ended on step 52, and we are about to complete this bonsai tree. Let's see what we need to do for step 53 and 54, which, oh yeah, we get to attach it, but I need 2 of those squiggly bits and 1 of those. Let's get them. Alright, we've got those parts here, and they seem to go at the back, but I don't know where. Right, it says take 1 of these and put it on here. Okay, I see. At the bottom here there is a hole for me to put this one in. Like so. Bring it round. And then this one goes at the front, because I can see it there. I think it slides onto this bit here, something like that. And then it says put it onto the base. So finally, oh yeah, alright. Satisfying fix there. Right, let's go. 55 is to take all of these coloured little things, 50 of those, 50 of those, 50 of those, 50 of those, and throw them into the base. Alright, let's do it. Okay, have them here. Don't know if there's 50 of each, but this is what came with the kit. Oh shit. Don't know what those are supposed to be, but I take it as the gravel or some sort that bonsai trees have, maybe. Yeah. Alright, that was an easy step. Step 56 and 55, I need green pieces. 1 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those. Let's get them. Alright, I've got these green pieces. I think we are going to make it look like that. So let's see what we have to do with this first. So this just goes on here. We made a branch or some leaves. Alright, 58 then requires another one of these. Is it this one? Or is it different? Another one of these to put them together. Right, then another bent arm, and that grabs it, and then it wants me to put this on the very top, like so. There's a hole underneath it. Yeah, beautiful. Our first bit of greenery. That's 60. Oh boy, what is that? Alright, okay, so we've got to do this 3 times. Right, okay, alright. So let's get all the pieces. Alright, I've got the pieces all the way through to 67, and we've got to do it 3 times. I'll put them in order, so we can take this and we put that on there somehow. Thread the short bit in, the long bit in. Okay, we get to that point. Then we take one of these and we put it over the side here, and then one of these and put it out to the side. Yep, simple enough. Let's do it. Alright, then we get over to here. So now I've got to put one facing the other way. So that looks like that. So facing this way. And this doodah sticking up. Okay, and the green thing on top. And then we're left this arm, which attaches to the thing that's sticking up. Okay, I see. Excellent. Alright, on to the next step, which is 68. Only 2 more left. We've got to get the branches and more of those green things. 6 of those, 3 of those, and 3 of those. Okay, got those. So now we just need to do what we did before and make the branches. That goes on there, that goes on there. Clips them together. Oh, I see. So now I've got to put this on there. Alright, so they just clip into the holders like so. I've got to do that for all of them. Alright, now these go onto here somehow. I don't have anywhere to put them. What the? Yeah. I don't have that either. What is that? Do I have that? Wait a minute. 45, 43, 60. Oh, I've got more to do. So on. So this goes on somehow. Oh, using this. I got you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's looking pretty neat. What do you think so far, guys? Alright. 70. We have 33 leaves and 10 of these little cappings. Oh, wow. You can put more leaves on here. Alright, let's do it. Okay, I've got all the little leaves here. So, blimey, there's loads of them. But they just got to start going on top. I guess you can put them anywhere you want. Like have one like that. Here, here. So the picture has like this. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'll copy the picture. Alright, all the leaves are on, and that is step 70 done. Now we've got to go to page 60. It does give you a pink one, which I have in this bag, so I could have had pink leaves, pink and white. Let me know if you wanted to see that, or if you prefer the green. Let me know in the comments below. But now we need to go to page 60, because we're not quite done. We've got to build this little base up for it to sit on. But what do you think, guys? Awesome, right? I like it. I like it. Alright, let's get these parts. 2 of these. So I need 1 big long one, 3 of those, 2 of those, like so. So we take this and we build this. I'm sorry, Alexa. Hey Alexa, did you used to be called Alex? I bet your name was Alex before, right? Bubble. Alright. Now I've got to do that again. Damn it. Alright. Okay, we're there. Join these together. So why would you put the squiggly ones and then cover this all up? I don't understand. Very strange. Right, so 28 of these ones. Oh no. Alright, and these go around the edge, doubled up, and then miss one. Amazing. Right, what's next? Should be the final step now, almost. Oh, we've got to go in between with 12 of these. Okay, done. Alright, 13 of those and 26 of these. Holy cow. Alright. And that should be that. So, it wants me to. What does it want me to do? Let's see. So, I got to get this and put this. Put it on there. Something like that. Who here likes clicks? Yeah, looking good. Is it finished now? No, it's still not finished. Okay, 4 of these, 2 of these. What? More? Okay, 2 of those, 2 of those, and 2 of those. Alright, done. And we have completed the base. Oh, that's pretty nice. That looks pretty good. And now our bonsai tree can sit on top. And there we have it, guys. We have completed our bonsai tree. Finally have a bonsai tree. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I think that's really cool. Alright, let's get onto this PC. Check it out, guys. You wouldn't know it wasn't a real bonsai tree. Okay, guys, it's time to do this giveaway. So, the first, I watched back the previous video. I already done the thermal paste. Let's open this up. Alright, so for this giveaway, there's a couple of things you've got to do. First of all, obviously, you've got to be subscribed, like and share, and turn on your notification button. The second thing is comment below on this video where you're from. And the third thing is answer this question. What was my first CPU? And then you'll be in with a chance to win this Dell PC. Now, having a look inside, I watched back the previous video and I cleaned all of the inside. I took it all apart and everything is back together. There isn't a drive in here currently, it looks like, so I'll put a drive in here and we'll get this thing working, but it's not going to be any drive. I think I'm going to put an SSD in here to make it work better for you guys. I already put all the slots are filled up with RAM already, so that's good. So it's got all of those sticks, whatever that comes to. We'll turn it on in a minute and see what it's about. But look at this, guys. It's got SLL dual graphics card. I don't know if that's good. What kind of graphics cards they are, do not know, but we will look at it in a minute. And they're all cleaned. New thermal paste was put on both of these, and new thermal paste was put on the CPU, which is down there. Again, I can't remember what it was. We'll look at that when I turn it on in just a minute. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is install this SSD. That's what we're going to use as a boot drive, and then as a secondary drive. Oh, I don't think we can put an SSD in here. Hold on a minute. No, it looks like we can't put an SSD. Oh, that sucks. I did put a new battery in there as well, so the battery should be good. I did warn you in the previous videos that these capacitors were bulging, so they're probably on their way out and probably need to be replaced, but might do you for a little bit. But all you got to do is replace those capacitors there. There's only the two that were bulging, look a bit dodgy. What else? That's it. So I can't put the SSDs, and I can only put on a hard drive that takes this kind of connection. Oh, well, that's not good, guys. That's not good, but I'll try and put Windows 10 on it right now. All right, guys, so here are my drive options. I have a Seagate, Samsung, Fujitsu, and a Western Digital. I will put the biggest one in, but the reason I've only got this amount of drives to choose from is because of that connection there. So you see, it's got to have that kind of pin connection, and obviously the Molex for the power here and the data here. So those are my options. I will pick the biggest one, 160 gigabytes, 160 gigabytes up there, 250 gigabytes, and this Fujitsu one doesn't tell me. So I think we'll go with a 250 for you guys. That's the best I can do out of what I've got. So let's do it. Put it in. I'll tell a lie, guys. I found some USB connections. So there's a USB connection right down there, two of them. And this power supply has power connection for the SSD, so I will be able to put the SSD in here. I'm also going to put the storage drive as well as a backup for you guys, so let's do that. So that's good. Okay, I've got the SSD all plugged in. It's the Samsung one I'm going to give you guys, but it's only 120 gigabytes, so it's plugged in using the Molex and the USB, and the USB goes into there. I was going to put the other drive in here, but I'm missing some sort of caddy for it to carry it. I don't know if I had it or whether I've lost it, or I can just, but then it's just going to be resting in there, which isn't ideal, but I could do. Let me see if I'll try that. Okay, so we've got the SSD installed, and I've plugged in the hard drive, but I've not plugged in the data yet because I want the operating system on the SSD for you to make the system boot up and run quicker. But then you can store anything you're storing on this drive here. So the last thing to do then, everything seems to be connected, all okay. Let's plug in some wires and hook it up to this monitor. Alright, so I've got a power plug in. There's no power switch, so I guess when I switch it on here, it will come on. And then I've got the monitor, but it is only DVI, and there's 4 of them. So I just chose this one for now. Hopefully that works, but I've got an adapter. I'll probably have a cable, which I can probably try and give you guys in case you haven't got one. There's also a monitor output here, but I think you want to go off the graphics card, right? But yeah, you can do VGA here, but I'm going to try the graphics card first, and then I've got my Windows key, so I'm going to put the Windows key in and hopefully this boots up in any one of those. Alright, let's power it on. Oh, she just turned on by itself. Everything's spinning. No? Yeah? No? Alright, I'm going to hit the power button now. Yeah, she's a beast. Both GPU fans are spinning. Going on with the monitor. Nothing yet. Probably to turn it on. No signal. Okay, let me figure this out. Okay guys, had a bit of a nightmare. So I couldn't get the system to boot off of this screen using this connector because the connectors are DVI on the graphics card. But then I thought maybe the graphics card had a problem, so I took those out and I put in my trusted graphics card from my old system, and now I'm getting a post. So I am going to try and put Windows on the drive using this, and then maybe we'll put these graphic cards back in. Now the problem I'm having, don't have the right connector. See, this one has that kind of connector. These graphics cards have this kind of connector, so I don't have the right one. So I don't think there's a problem with the graphics card, but it's the same connector on this graphics card and it is working. So I don't know what's going on. It is coming up with system battery low, so I don't know if there's a problem with this battery as well. That could be it. Could be because of the battery. I don't know if we can get a new one of those. But what I'll do is I'll configure the system so this power obviously is coming from that battery. These connectors here are coming from that battery, and I don't think we're getting enough power to power the graphics card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this graphics card to get Windows installed, and then we're going to see what's going on and put the old graphics cards back in and then see what's going on there. But everything else, so let's do that first. Well, I'm in the BIOS now, guys, and I've just changed the drive boot sequence to use the USB device right there. I've put the time and date in, obviously, and we can have a look at the process information. Check this out. So we've got 3.4 gigahertz Intel Pentium CPU. It's only 800 megahertz. No, 3.4 gigahertz. Yeah, it's a multiple core. Yes, dual. So dual core, no hyper-threading, 64-bit technology. System info. You've got your memory here. So you've got 4 gigabytes of memory, 533 megahertz DDR2. So pretty good. All right, now let's get out of here. So hopefully, save and exit. Should boot from the USB drive and do Windows. Right. Okay, yes, we got Windows going. So we're going to be able to install it, and I think it was this battery. So the battery power low is this. Can't be this power supply, right? So we've done that. We're going to put Windows on, and I'll see you when I get back. Okay, guys, we've got Windows downloading now, so we'll wait for that to finish. All right, guys, I think I'm finally beat on this PC. When I left this in the last video over 8 months or 10 months ago, it was working, right, with these graphic cards. But when I put these graphic cards, I can't get a picture out, as you can see, even though I have this cable. I don't know if it's the right cable, but these connections are the same connection as this graphics card. It's here. But for whatever reasons, these graphic cards in here are not working. I even tried with one. However, there is another issue, which I think is tied to these capacitors. You can see that discoloration there. This one's bulging, and this one down here is discolorating. I'll show you what happened. Okay, so I was slightly wrong on the connection. They are different. See that little triangle part there, glare with the light, but you see that has a line on the left and the other has like a, looks like a dice, 5 die, right? So they are different, so maybe I just don't have the right cable to get the right video output. Maybe it is working, but here is the real issue. So with this graphics card in, it loads up. I did manage to get Windows going, but this is what it does. It comes up with an error, system battery voltage low. Reading online, it's to do with this battery for the CMOS, but I've changed that with 3 different batteries, one straight out of a pack, and so that's why I believe it's down to these capacitors here now. So my only option is, but even so, I can press F1, is it? F1, and it will load into Windows, but I can't give you a PC and expect you to do that every time. So my options are to find out what these capacitors are and get new ones and change them out, or buy new cables so that they fit these graphics cards, because I think now that I just lined them up, that I just saw you, they are different. So I need cables, and then we can test to see whether this SLI motherboard will work. But even if I get the capacitors, it still may not be the issue. The issue might be something to do with this battery holder or some other part of the circuit. I mean, so it's $8 for these. It's going to be £40 if it's going to be £40 if I decide to get a new SLI motherboard. I looked that up as well. So to get a whole new motherboard, it's between £40 to £100, which just isn't worth it for a system this age. But that will let these graphic cards work together. That one and that one. And there's the bonsai tree, by the way. So anyway, this graphics card is actually better than the two of them put together, probably. Not sure. Anyway, I'm not going to finish this weekend. Let me know in the description, in the comments below, what I should do. Should I just get capacitors, swap these ones out and see if that fixes the low battery voltage issue, and then get cables to see if they would work with this? So all in all, I'd spend about $20. Should I buy a new motherboard for $40 to $100, or should I do plan B, which I'll think of by the time the next video, judging on what you say in the comments and what research I do on the cables and the capacitor. So unfortunately, that's it, guys. Sorry I couldn't finish this one. This won't be the giveaway video, but make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss the next video, which hopefully will get some sort of system up and running and will be the giveaway video. I appreciate you guys. Let me know your thoughts, like I said, and I'll see you in the next one.